Listen to the George Tryman Show, Patriot Radio programming, broadcast Monday through Thursdays at 7 p.m. Mountain Time. That's 1 hour Greenwich Mean Time UTC. On Krfm Radio 101.9 FM, Montrose, USA, and the George Tryman Report, featuring news articles and headlines. Thursday nights at 7 p.m. Mountain Time. That's 1 hour Greenwich Mean Time UTC on Krfm Radio, your set alternative, and the rebroadcast of the George Tryman Report Thursday night, Friday mornings at midnight Mountain Time. That's 6 hours UTC Greenwich Mean Time. Broadcast on Krfm Radio 101.9 FM, Montrose, USA. The George Tryman Show is Patriot Radio programming. 9/11 Truth Radio. 9/11 was an inside job by the New World Order. Mainstream sources of news combined with alternative news sources and research materials regarding the evil, wicked New World Order agenda. That's the George Tryman Show. I'm your host, George Tryman, once again bringing you mainstream sources of news combined with alternative news sources and research materials regarding the evil, wicked, totalitarian police state. 9/11 was an inside job by the New World Order. Martial law in America. That's the George Tryman Show. Anti-Freemasonic, anti-Illuminati, anti-fascist, anti-communist, anti-socialist, anti-New World Order, anti-Fox programming, anti-Fox News programming, anti-media establishment, pro-Constitution, pro-Libertarian, pro-First Amendment, pro-Second Amendment, Patriot Radio programming. Death to the New World Order, as we're peacefully, non-violently standing up against the one-world totalitarian Bush administration, New World Order, crime family syndicate. That's the George Tryman Show, Patriot Radio programming. Once again, I'm your host, George Tryman. Monday through Thursdays. That's Monday through Thursdays at 7 o'clock p.m. Mountain Time, and the George Tryman Report Thursday nights at 7 p.m. Mountain Time. That's 1 hour Greenwich Mean Time UTC on Krfm Radio 101.9 FM, Montrose, USA, and the rebroadcast of the George Tryman Report Thursday night, Friday mornings at midnight Mountain Time. That's 6 hours UTC GMT on Krfm Radio 101.9 FM, Montrose, USA. My anti-New World Order, 9/11 Truth, George Tryman Show, MSN News Blogger message board, and also the Yahoo Mirrored site as well, and also freewebs.com/The George Tryman Report. That's TRYMAN. That's TRYMAN. freewebs.com/The George Tryman Report. News articles and headlines and research materials and more. freewebs.com/The George Tryman Show, our listener page, and freewebs.com/The George Tryman Show archives. And once again, Tryman is spelled TRYMAN. Also, Google videos of the George Tryman Show available as well. Go to Google Video, type in The George Tryman Show. That's TRYMAN. And of course, you'll find a whole bunch of Google videos up there as well. Also, the eSnips archives, podcasts, much more. Podcasts, archives, videos, and much more at the eSnips archives of the broadcast as well. As we're striking out against the New World Order agenda, that's the George Tryman Show, Patriot Radio programming, right after the Alex Joe Show on Krfm Radio 101.9 FM, Montrose, USA, myspace.com/Krfm Radio, freewebs.com/Krfm Radio, freewebs.com/The George Tryman Report. That's TRYMAN. freewebs.com/The George Tryman Show. freewebs.com/The George Tryman Show archives. perfspot.com/Krfm Radio. That's PERFSPOT.com/Krfm Radio. And on shoutcast.com and live365.com. The George Tryman Show's Patriot Radio programming, copyright 1992 to 2008, all rights reserved. It is assumed that you, the intelligent user, listener of your radio equipment, choose to listen to Truth and Justice radio program as they're striking out against the New World Order agenda and exposing corruption. That's the George Tryman Show. Listen, everybody, read everything, believe nothing. Do your own research. That's the George Tryman Show. Death to the New World Order. Monday through Thursdays at 7 o'clock p.m. Mountain Time. That's 1 hour's Greenwich Mean Time UTC. And the George Tryman Report, Thursday nights at 7 p.m. Mountain Time. That's 1 hour's Greenwich Mean Time UTC. News, articles, and headlines, and a rebroadcast of the George Tryman Report, Thursday night, Friday mornings at midnight Mountain Time. That's 6 hours UTC GMT. Broadcast on Krfm Radio 101.9 FM, Montrose column, USA. Your sound alternative community radio station. The George Tryman Show at yahoo.com. That's THEGEORGE TRYMANSHOW at yahoo.com. The George Tryman Show. Patriot radio programming. Death to the New World Order. 9/11 was an inside job by the Bush administration. Bush lied about the weapons of mass destruction to take us to war, to strip us of our constitutional creator endowed rights, putting back the Constitution, militia, patriot, 9/11 truth, Ron Paul, political radio, and broadcast on the Infowars.com social networking site listed at the websites at myspace.com/Krfm Radio. The George Tryman Show, Patriot radio programming. Death to the New World Order!